Now I'm going to show you how I set my exposure. And this is a little thing I've fallen in love with. It just goes in the front here, turns your camera into incident light meter. And so I'm going to go back here as if I had an incident meter in my hand. I'm going to put my camera on aperture priority because I want to know what aperture. So it's at 3.5. I'm going to put this here, take a photograph. Then it's going to tell me what to set my exposure at. So as we took that photograph on aperture priority, I had my camera set at 3.5 and it's telling me that the camera chose 100 at 3.5. So now I'm going to go to manual. What else is really nice about this is I can see if there's any dust in my camera before I take all these photographs. And if it is, I'll go clean my camera. So you need something in front, take a photograph, you see any little specks in there, you've got dust, you need to clean your camera. So that's another good tip for this. At any rate, I'll put my camera on manual. It says 100 at 3.5. And then I'm also going to use that image to white balance. And I'm set. So let's take the photo. What I'd like you to notice now is that I'm really not that close to my subject. I see a lot of photographers using normal lenses, or they're taking photographs of their subject this close. All you're going to do is distort them. A wide lens makes people look wider. If you back up more and zoom in, you will notice everybody starts to look proportionally thinner. You're going to make your background go out of focus better. Everybody's going to look better. So I'm normally have this zoom lens on, which is a 80 to 200, and I'm somewhere, it doesn't go any wider than 70, so I'm never really gonna get in too much trouble with it. But what's nice about a zoom is you can zoom in, focus, pull back, compose your image. So let's go ahead here. And now when you're photographing somebody, you never photograph anybody's face straight on. You never wanna see both ears, so we're gonna turn his face a little bit sideways. So turn your face a little, yep. Tilt your head just a little bit. Yep. Now, if you can, start thinking nice little things. How many, about girlfriends, not too much about work unless you make a lot of money. Guys are pretty simple, right? All we want is food, money, and we won't mention the other thing, right? Okay, so let's take a photograph here. That's a nice smile. Good. Tilt your head a little more. Nice shot. Chin down a little. Happier? Okay. In the first image, we will turn on the background's light, and you can see how it's totally separating the subject from the background, giving detail to the background, and giving us separation. Now in the second image, you can see that we've added the kicker light, and we can see how it's axating the edge of the subject's face, going to make it more three-dimensional, pull a subject away from the background. Now we will add the hair light, and you can see as the hair light comes in, separates the hair, gives detail to it. And now we'll turn on the main light, and you can see how the main light has produced a pattern of light on the face. Just the shadows need some detail, so let's bring in our simple white reflector, add detail to the shadows. Hopefully this gives you a little enlightenment to basically what we're going through as we're setting up these lights and positioning them and trying to study the subject and see where the light looks best on them. This situation was just a little bit more difficult because our subject didn't have a lot of hair, so it's hard to put those lights in the right spots because they'll normally block the light from spilling onto the face. But hopefully you can see how I've aimed the light, I've feathered the light, played with the diffusion on the bottom, put in a simple white reflector, light up the background, add a couple extra lights. But again, it can be as simple as just one light and a reflector, and if you do have one more light, put it opposite and let your subject separate from the background. Taking portraits can be very rewarding, and we hope that this has helped you in your business.